Fatu's back.
Everyone gets a title shot.
Oh, and we have a new champion. Maybe should have opened with that. Hello, willkommen to Wrestle MSX. Literally nailed it. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And out first, Randy Orton. He welcomes the crowd to SmackDown, then begins to speak. Only he's cut off by Trick Williams. Trick introduces himself, then reminds Orton it's 2026 and not 2006, pretty much saying your time is done. The crowd chant RKO while this is happening, with Orton then saying he is a star, but he's not sure if Trick has the brains, as he did interrupt him. Trick replies that he's putting the Viper on notice and that this is his year. Williams then showboats to the crowd, with Orton saying, never turn your back on a Viper. I'ma let that one pass, but if it happens again, I'm not going to whip that Trick, I'm going to kick your ass. Williams then knocks the mic from Orton's hand, with Orton then attacking and hitting Williams with a draping DDT. Orton then sets up for an RKO, but Williams escapes the ring, with Orton then being attacked from behind by The Miz. Miz looks for a skull-crushing finale, but Orton counters and hits an RKO. Orton then has a few more choice words for Williams before heading up the rampway.
First up tonight, Rey Fenix versus Trick Williams. Rey gets technical to begin with the pair then exchanging 2-count covers. Williams then begins to show his power, picking up a couple of 2-count covers, before Trick throws Rey into the ring steps. Rey fights back with a Hurricane Rana from the top rope and cover for 2, but Trick answers with a spinning 360 pump kick and cover for 2.
And then, according to Wade Barrett, a modified bookend and cover for 2. An Adios Amigo missed by a mile, but I'm going to let that slide and not dwell, with Trick then picking up the victory by reversing a Phoenix ping attempt into a cover of his own. Side note, Trick was holding Rey's trunks when in cover. So I was hoping he would kind of win clean, but with him kind of cheating, it's like, is that the kind of character he is? I say, don't watch NXT, not seen him before. I like his mic work,
Yeah.
I like his in-ring action, but did he have to win underhandedly, shall we say?
Yeah. Backstage, Byron Saxton asks Giulia what the victory means over Green, with Giulia replying, it's back where it belongs. Kiana James then chips in saying, soon Giulia will dominate the entire market. Giulia then shouts down the mic in Japanese, so we have another Oscar on our hands.
No, we don't need that. Saxton then asks Priest what's in store for him in 2026, with Priest saying he wants to join the party and go for the championship. McIntyre then shows up, with Priest reminding him he scrambled his brains the last time the pair were in a ring together. The Punisher then wishes the Scottish Warrior luck before heading off. Saxton asks Drew how he's feeling, with Drew showing Saxton a gold watch. Apparently this watch was Dusty's that he had to pawn for Cody's future as he blew the family fortune. I mean, who's looking at that watch and going, oh yeah, I know what that watch is. Absolutely no one. That's who. Nobody. Ridiculous.
We then see Alexa Bliss on the phone to Charlotte Flair, telling her to look after herself as she's ill. Jax and Legend then appear, with Bliss telling Lash to drop Jax before she brings her down.
Up next, Giulia versus Alexa Bliss for the Women's United States Championship. James, of course, with Giulia. Giulia picks up 2 off a missile dropkick, with James getting in a cheap shot when the ref's back's turned. Bliss fights back with strikes from fist and feet before hitting natural selection and covering for 2.
It then gets busy. Bliss DDTs Giulia, with James then getting on the middle rope. Bliss slaps her, with James falling into the ring. The ref then goes to deal with James while Bliss climbs the ropes for Twisted Bliss. When she gets to the top, Lash Legend, from nowhere, pushes her down, which then allows Giulia to hit her Northern Lights bomb and cover for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Jax and Legend enter the ring and rough up Bliss a little, with Jax then annihilating her.
Backstage, we see Aldis welcome Jordan Grace to SmackDown, with Chelsea Green demanding another rematch against Giulia. Aldis says he's in the middle of something. Grace says she won't be a diva, with Fyre telling her to watch her tone. The two women square up, with Aldis then making a match between the pair for later. Kit Wilson then appears, seemingly wanting a rematch with Matt Cardona, with Aldis telling him to wait there, before promptly closing the door on him.
We then see Byron Saxton asking Matt Cardona what it's like to be home. Cardona says it feels great to be back.
Oh, does he live in Germany?
He then sees Cody Rhodes and the pair hug. Ryder says he's not back just to be back. He's back to win the championship.
Nah, no chance. Next up, the MFTs versus the Wyatts, and Solo will be wrestling as JC is on the sidelines, but of course still there. It's a pretty even contest with Rowan and Tala going at it and taking each other out with a double clothesline. We then get what we all want, the two generals facing off, Solo and Howdy. Solo gets the upper hand, but Howdy soon takes control and sends him from the ring. Tama then gets a whooping, with JC then eating a mandible claw. Howdy then stops as Solo picks up Uncle's lantern. This distraction is enough as Tala puts Howdy down with a kick and Tama finishes him off with the cutthroat and cover for the win. Solo and the MFTs then head up the rampway with Howdy's lantern. Interesting that Tama got the cover actually on Howdy.
Yeah, could have been one of the others.
Could have been one of the others. Maybe it's to do with a lantern.
Yeah.
And that's the source of his power. I don't know, but it was just interesting that Tama got the final say.
Yeah. In the back, we see Carmelo Hayes offer The Miz a shot at his title, which he refuses, due to being injured by Orton earlier, before offering Dragunov another shot. He also refuses, saying he has to speak to Aldis about something different.
Next up, Alba Fyre versus Jordan Grace. Green with Fyre, of course. Fyre put up more than a fight than I thought she would, with Grace winning out in the end with a torture rack powerbomb, like she was ever going to lose.
Yeah.
As she heads up the rampway, Jade Cargill heads out to meet her. Cargill asks if she thinks she's special, then tells Jordan she's on her show and that she's that titch.
Backstage, Byron Saxton asks Sami Zayn who he thinks will win the title match later. Sami says there's a little part of him that wants Drew to win so he can then go on and beat him for the WWE Championship, because he's never beaten Drew. Ultimately, though, he's rooting for Cody. He then adds that he'll be waiting for the winner.
Join the queue. We see Johnny Gargano pretending to be Axiom and attack Frazier, with the real Axiom then appearing and scaring Gargano off.
Out next, Carmelo Hayes versus Shinsuke Nakamura in an open challenge for the United States Championship. Nakamura targets Hayes' left leg, landing 2 dragon screws and then putting him in a half Boston Crab to do as much damage as possible. Nakamura then reverts to strikes, with the fight swinging both ways as the pair exchange covers. Shinsuke then lands an avalanche Kinshasa and then looks for another, but Hayes lands a first 48 followed by nothing but net and then covers for the 1, 2, 3.
Backstage, Saxton asks Rhodes for his final thoughts on his title match, with Rhodes saying he'll make the comeback, with eyes then on the Royal Rumble and after that, WrestleMania.
We then learn that next week there will be 4 matches, with the winner of each then facing off against each other in a fatal 4-way at Saturday night's main event.
Got that?
The winner of this match will then get a title shot at the Royal Rumble. The matches are Randy Orton versus The Miz,
Randy Orton.
Matt Cardona versus Trick
I'm
Williams,
going to go Trick Williams.
Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa.
Tricky, I'm going to go Priest, because Solo busy.
Very true. And Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov.
I'm going to say, ooh, that is hard.
That is a tough one, yeah.
Zayn, because he's going on about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to disagree, please let me know in the comments down below. So, last match of the night, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre in 3 stages of hell for the undisputed WWE Championship. Drew goaded Rhodes into using a chair in the opening moments of the match, but Rhodes relented, opting to kick the Scottish Warrior instead. When the match returns back to the ring, the superstars find themselves in the corner, where Drew pulls the turnbuckle cover off as Rhodes tries to pull him to the middle of the ring. The referee then tries to replace the pad, but while doing so, Drew kicks Cody in his little Rhodes, then claymores him and covers. The ref counts to 3 and Drew gets the first pinfall.
We now go to Falls Count Anywhere. Drew sets up a table immediately and powerbombs Rhodes through it before covering for 2, with the fight then heading up into the crowd. It heads backstage before heading back to the arena, where Rhodes places McIntyre onto a handily placed table after giving him a beating. Rhodes then dives on McIntyre from high up in the crowd and covers, but only for 2.
We say dive, he kind of just fell.
Fell.
Anyway, the two then find themselves near the announcer's desk, which Cody clears before landing a crossroads to McIntyre. The pair go through the desk, with Rhodes then covering for the 3. The pair then get in the ring, where the cage descends, and we have our third stage, a steel cage match. Of course, we get a superplex from the top, with Drew covering for 2, with the Future Shock DDT then getting another 2 for the Scottish Psychopath.
Rhodes, now bleeding from the head, lands a crossroads and cover for 2, with the pair then swapping blows. A snap power slam from Rhodes got him another 2, with a Cody cutter getting yet another 2. Rhodes then hit a pair of crossroads, but when going for the third, McIntyre raked Cody's eyes. The pair separated, with Rhodes then charging at Drew, but all he found was the ring post, with Drew then pulling the trigger on a claymore and covering for another 2.
The two then slug it out atop the cage, with Cody winning out and sending Drew back down to the mat. Instead of climbing out of the cage though, Cody lands a Cody cutter and covers, and yes, you guessed it, for 2. The pair try to climb out again, but fall onto the top rope and back into the ring, with Drew then heading towards the door. The referee opens the door, but Drew is greeted by a hooded figure.
Austin Theory?
No, Jacob Fatu. Fatu gets in the ring and gives Drew a beatdown, with Rhodes then heading over to put a stop to it.
Only Fatu then turns on Cody, which leaves Drew alone and more importantly near the open cage door. Surely this has to be it. He can't blow it now, can he? Well, no. No, he can't. Drew crawls out the cage, hits the floor and becomes the new WWE Champion. SmackDown goes off the air with an annoyed Rhodes and a gleeful McIntyre.
I can't believe that. I mean, I love it that they've done it on foreign soil.
Yeah.
I have not got a problem with that whatsoever. Because it's always, no, we'll save it for home, we'll save it for home.
Yeah, like, oh, it always has to be a big event.
I mean, I don't know the history through back in time. I'm sure there's other people that do, or they don't, they just go and look it up. They don't know it from memory. But there must be just a handful of times that the top title has changed hands on foreign ground, foreign soil. I'm going to class Canada with North America. Well, it is North American, but actually for the top title to change hands in another country must be so few and far between. But yeah, because I was like, surely you can't mess this up. Because Fatu was beating Rhodes up, and it was like, the door's open, surely. And then I was half expecting somebody else is going to come down and stop it. He could, but no, he got out, he got the title. 4 times he's won it now, apparently. That's his fourth one.
3. Okay, 4.
And
okay,
if memory serves correct, Shawn Michaels only won it 3 times. But then if you put Shawn Michaels next to McIntyre, McIntyre can't even lace HBK's boots. Disagree. I think we know he can't. Anyway, now for Michael's moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a look, a promo, something funny, interesting, serious, quirky, and or different, just something that catches my eye. Obviously it has to wait until the end, because if I do it halfway through and if something happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So Michael's moment of the night, sometimes good, sometimes shit. So hang around and wait and see as to whether you disagree. But it was the transition of Cody being picked up by Drew for a move and countering into a crossroads. It was so smooth, it was like silk. It was flawless. It flowed like water. It was absolutely seamless. I hope you're going to get a picture of it. I don't know how you're going to do it. But McIntyre threw Rhodes against the ropes. Rhodes came off. Drew picked him up. But somehow Rhodes spun him around, or spun around and landed with McIntyre ready for a Cody cutter. Crossroads. And then he hit it. And it was just absolutely flawless. It was a beautiful move. It was fantastic. And I mean, that's what they practiced. Whether they did or not, I don't know. But it was it was just exquisite. Please get a picture or pictures of... Oh, it's fantastic.
Agree or have any thoughts or views that you'd like to share with us, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to go and check out our Musings video with our thoughts and opinions on the last week of WWE, because a new one drops every Wednesday.
Happy New Year. That will be the last one because now it's getting on a bit. Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you Tuesday for Raw.